Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is the DOUG here once again, and if you're either watching this live right now on YouTube, where it's being streamed, or of course if you're watching this on Facebook, the Han Sports Channel 68, House of Nerdum, TLC, The Last Call, or the NFL YouTube Prognosticators. And that's actually the first time I got that right. It is the DOUG here once again, and it's time for my week 3 picks. I was going to do these yesterday, but I was so tired from work after getting home around 6, 7 o'clock. I was like, oh, I'll do them Wednesday morning, or afternoon in this case. But before we get to the picks, for week 3, we got to go over some notes, some NCAA games, and of course, week 2. So let's go to week 2 and see what happened. The Bengals are now 0-2 after the Texans rookie sensation beat them in what was a defensive battle, if you like defense, but offensively not so much. Bengals have tied the Eagles of the 1939 season as the first team not to get a touchdown in the first 2 home relations to Cincinnati, proving the only good thing about them right now is the TV show WKRP in Cincinnati. It was a great defensive match, terrible on both sides of the ball for both teams. Titans beat the Jaguars with ease. The Chiefs beat the Eagles. The Patriots pretty much beat the Saints. I don't even think Papa Shango would have helped. Steelers beat the Vikings, who did not have Sam Bradford. Hopefully he will be playing this week. We'll find out soon enough. The Buccaneers easily destroyed the Bears. The Chargers lose to the Dolphins once again because of their kicker. The kicker's cost them 2 games now. Dolphins, congratulations on getting your first win of the year. Same with Tampa. The Raiders easily dominated the Jets. Sadly, my Cowboys did lose to the Broncos, but I'd rather take the loss now than later in the year. Non-divisional opponent. Redskins beat the Rams with somewhat of ease. The Seahawks beat the 49ers, and again, what was a defensive matchup. Packers got destroyed by the Falcons, and of course on Monday the Lions easily beat the Giants. So I went 12-4 last week, and I'm 21-10 for the season. It's pretty good. I'll just go over some quick games here. Of course, we'll start with the Lions and Giants. That game was, I didn't get to see the game until I got home, and by then it was the fourth quarter. Lions have already won the game, so I went through the rewound and watched everything, and highlights and everything. The Giants look bad offensive line, and that's the biggest problem. I'm sure everyone's going to say it's the wide receivers not catching or not getting a run game, or Eli not being protected, messing up on that particularly delay a game. Here's the thing. That offensive line is unfortunately bad. I could say it's the worst offensive line in the NFL right now. So why, yes, I do agree a lot of the problems on Monday, receivers dropping passes, Eli not getting the ball out, no running game, but it all starts with our offensive line in my opinion. If that can get better, the Giants could do something. But I also got to blame the head coach here, McAdoo, as well. He needs to get some of the blame. I think he did not in that press conference. He wanted to pass the buck, as it were. Jets look like they're tanking. You usually see it in the NBA where teams tank on purpose to get a good draft pick, but I've got to say this. Out of all the teams in the NFL, they seem to be the one that wants to tank. And that's what it looks like to me. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it feels like. Colts and Bengals both lose. Their coaches are probably now in the hot seat. I do feel that the Bengals do keep losing. I think Marvin Lewis might lose his job. I don't think he would. I think they'll give him like another year, and then they'll probably ask him to retire. I don't think Cincinnati would forcibly fire him. I think they would forcibly make him retire, but that's... And as far as for the Colts, yeah, the Colts lose to the Browns this week. I'm expecting Chuck to be fired, because the owner is batshit fucking crazy. He makes the Joker look sane. And of course the Saints got destroyed by the Patriots, but I think everybody on this planet had that happening after how week 1 went. Alright, some notes. By the way, my MVP of week 2 was Tom Brady and the Patriots. They were the best team this week. I will say this, shout out to the Rams quarterback for throwing a football at a referee. You were my hero, because you hit a ref. I thank you. I know it might have been accidental, but I still give you a thumbs up. Worst team this week, again, it is the Bengals. I actually had a hard time deciding who should it have been, the Bengals, 49ers, or the Jets. And the only reason I went with the Bengals is because they haven't got a touchdown yet. It could change this week, who knows, but I doubt it. Let's get to some notes real quick. The Miami Dolphins suspended starting outside linebacker Lawrence Timmons indefinitely. The team announced yesterday Timmons went AWOL from the team unexpectedly this past weekend and did not play in Sunday's 19-17 victory over the Los Angeles Chargers. Timmons signed a 2-year, $10 million contract in March but has not played a regular season. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, folks. Water. I mean, come on. You're making a buttload of money, you're getting to play a kid's game, and you go AWOL. Hopefully you find out more information, but this is just weird to me. I don't think I would still show up, but I don't know what's going on. Hopefully this guy's alright, and everything. Wide receiver Mr. Jay Strong was claimed off waivers Tuesday by the Jacksonville Jaguars, the team announced. Strong was placed on waivers by the Houston Texans on Monday. The Jaguars' depth chart at wide receiver took a hit in week 1 when number 1 wide receiver Allen Robinson was lost for the season with a torn ACL. I kind of like this, because the Jaguars can still win the division. I doubt it, but yeah, it is interesting. We'll see how that goes, particularly. I think he could play this week. I don't know. If he does, they're in London this week, so it'd be interesting. I think he's probably going to play next week, but we shall see. Speaking of injuries, the Panthers have placed Pro Bowl tight end Greg Olsen on the injured reserve list Tuesday. Stupid photo. Olsen broke the fifth metatarsal on his right foot during the second quarter of the Sunday 9-3 win against Buffalo. He underwent surgery on Monday. He is eligible to return to the active roster after 8 weeks. That would put him on schedule to possibly play in the November 26th game at the New York Jets, aka easy win. Speaking of the Jets, 2 days after muffing a punt, Mr. K. Raymond, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, was booted by the New York Jets, who waived the return specialist on Tuesday. Raymond, who cried on waivers at the end of the preseason, made the single biggest mistake in the Jets' 45-20 loss to the Oakland Raiders on Sunday. The Jets trailing only by 4 points at the time with about a minute 50 left in the first half. Raymond muffed a punt at his own 14-yard line. The Raiders recovered at the 4 and scored 3 plays later on a momentum-changing touchdown. By the way, he also did muff punts in week 1, but they were able to recover it. And lastly, the Cleveland Browns have placed Corey Coleman on injured reserve after the receiver had surgery for a broken right hand, the team announced Tuesday. Coleman, who had 6 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown in 2 starts this season, will be eligible to return to practice after 6 weeks and to the active roster after 8. This marks the second year in a row, unfortunately, that Coleman, a first-round pick in 2016, has been sidelined with a broken bone in his right hand. On September 21st, 2016, he broke a bone in practice and missed 6 games. So, Browns are going to be out with probably one of their good receivers. And here's the question of the video, guys. As many of you know, if you start 0-2, there's a very good chance you don't make the playoffs. So, out of the following 0-2 teams, who has the best chance to make the playoffs? The 0-2 teams right now are the Jets, Bengals, Browns, the Chargers, Giants, Bears, Saints, or the 49ers. To me, this is hard because I'm going to be honest, I don't think any of these teams have a good shot. Usually there is one 0-2 team that usually makes it over the last few years, but I'm not sold on any of these teams making it. But I'm going to pick one. I'm going to pick the Saints because they still got Drew Brees. Maybe if they can get the running game going, they got Adrian Peterson. It's that defense that I'm worried about. The other teams, I don't even, if the Giants can get it together, I could see them doing it as well. But yeah, I'm not. Jets, Bengals, Browns, no. Colts, no. Chargers, I want to say Chargers, but they've blown the last 2 games. Bears are still rebuilding, and Niners are rebuilding. Alright, before we get to the NFL games, I got some college games to do. This one's from the Ghost of Test, aka Andrew. He wanted me to do number 16 TCU versus number 6 Oklahoma State. I'm going to take Oklahoma State on this one, buddy. I love what the quarterback's doing. A lot of people think the quarterback is a Heisman candidate. Even if he is, I don't think he's going to win it. But this will help him, and this is the first conference game. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think Oklahoma State will win. Okay, this one's from my mother. UFC, if I'm pronouncing that one correctly, the Knights or whatever they're called, is taking on her Maryland Terrapins. I'm taking Maryland. Moving on. Texas Tech versus Houston. I am going with Texas Tech on the road. Pittsburgh versus Georgia Tech. I'm actually going to take Pittsburgh in the upset here. And then, of course, One of the big games of this week, Mississippi State versus Georgia. I'm taking number 17 Mississippi State in the upset over number 11 Georgia. Those are my college predictions. Now let's get to the NFL. Alright, the Thursday night game, which is tomorrow night. It is the Rams taking on the 49ers. 49ers are 0-2 right now. They're not playing well offensively. Rams are playing good defensively, and they're playing good offensively. They've been able to get touchdowns. You know, unfortunately, they did run into a roadblock this past week with the Redskins. You know, Redskins did play pretty well against them, and Redskins won. Niners, wide offensively, you can make week 2, they looked great. But once again, just like with week 1, the offense was terrible. And let's remember, in week 2, their defense was also terrible as well, giving up 20 points. I'm taking the Rams on the road here. Now, remember, I have not won a Thursday night game. So, if I am picking the Rams, be warned. I am 0-2 on Thursday nights. I need a win. So, Rams, please, please, Rams, win this game. Alright. To the Sunday game. So, this one's at 9:30 because it is in jolly old London. Your tea and crumpets, you know. Have some tea and crumpets with the Queen, whoever wins this. Who knows? You might even see, you might see Big Ben. Yeah, I know, bad pun, I apologize. Hey, you might even see 007. It is the Ravens taking on the Jaguars. I'm taking Baltimore here. Baltimore's still undefeated. Looks like, oh, that war and that, oh no, they're going to be in trouble because Joe Flacco didn't mean anything. You know, they played well the last 2 weeks on offense and defense. Ravens should win this one. Should be kind of easy. What sucks, the only way you can watch this game is by streaming it on Yahoo. I'm sorry. The only people waking up early for this game are Ravens and Jaguars fans. I think everyone else is just going to sleep and see who wins once they wake up. Moving on to the 1 o'clock games. Broncos take on I'm taking the Broncos. I'm sorry, Bills. I love what you're doing defensively. I think you're doing good, but your offense is not that strong, and Denver is just going to kill you. They killed Dallas, you know, after almost giving it away to San Diego, but they killed Dallas. I think they're going to kill you. This is an easy pick. Take the Broncos. Saints at the Panthers. Now, this one was kind of hard for me because Panthers defensively have been good, but the offense has been kind of mediocre. And then, of course, they're missing the tight end. Unfortunately, here's the thing. Saints defense is terrible. Well, yes, the Saints offense is going to be getting points. They always do because they got Drew Brees and they got Aiden Peterson, but they haven't been able to figure out the run game yet. Their run game's been very bad these last 2 weeks as well. But I'm taking the Panthers, so yes, I think the Saints offensively is better. But I think because of Panthers' defense being so good, I think the Panthers are going to win this game. It's going to be because of their defense again. Now, I will be honest, Cam Newton and that offense needs to get points because Saints will get the points. They will get points on the board. Panthers are going to have to stay with them. Moving on, Steelers. I'm sorry, it's against the Chicago Bears in Chicago. The Bears, after looking like they could have actually been a decent team, at least, you know, after week 1 of barely losing to Atlanta, they got destroyed by Tampa. I'm taking the Steelers here. This is my lock of the week. Steelers again over the Bears. Bears are rebuilding. Steelers look great. Moving on. Falcons and Lions. This was another hard matchup. Kind of like the Panthers and Saints, but for different reasons. Both teams are 2-0. Both teams have looked good. I mean, there's been a few hiccups here and there. You know, Lions actually had to come back in week 1, but week 2 they pretty much led the whole game. And Atlanta, after the hiccups in week 1, got it fixed in week 2 and just pretty much destroyed the Green Bay Packers and sent them packing. I'm taking Atlanta here. Now, what worries me, and this is why it was a hard pick, we've seen the Detroit Lions make comebacks in the fourth quarter. They did that pretty much all of last year, and they did it in week 1. That's what worries me here. The Lions could make the fourth quarter comeback, so be warned with this pick. This pick is so hard. Paris Hilton's going goo goo gaga over it, if you know what I mean. All right. Browns and Colts. Probably one of the hardest picks because both teams suck. And I can't believe I'm going to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, get your Bibles, get ready to go to church, get ready to sing It's the End of the World as We Know It, and we're all going to die. Because for the first time in about 2 years, I am picking the Cleveland fucking Browns to beat the Colts. Colts would not have Andrew Luck. Colts have looked terrible on both sides of the ball, and hell, they even looked terrible on special teams. The Browns, at least I can say they're actually moving in the right direction. They look like they're actually getting better, which I didn't think I was ever going to say, that they're not even the worst team in that division out of those 4 teams in that division. That's what the shocking thing is. They're not the worst. It's somebody else who likes to listen to WKRP. I'm shocked I'm taking Cleveland. I think everybody who's watching this is probably shocked I'm taking the Cleveland Browns. I know my buddy Green Ninja, when he finds out, he's going to be going, holy fucking shit. So yeah, I'm taking Cleveland. I'm gone crazy. And if the Browns do win, look out for the tornadoes, because Doug would have been with them. And if they win next week, because I think they play the Bengals and they go 2-1, they go from 0-2 to 2-2. Yeah, that's the sign of the apocalypse. Get ready to die. Next, Buccaneers travel to Minnesota. Vikings may not still be up with Sam Bradford. We don't know yet. Tampa Bay did look good, though, in the first game. Minnesota kind of looked bad last week. I'm taking Tampa on the road. I just like how Tampa's doing. I did have Tampa Bay as a playoff team. Hopefully they continue their success. Houston goes to the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots here. Well, yes, Texans, you did just win a Thursday night game. You're 1-1. The offense is still not that good, though. Patriots, I think, got everything fixed. They're at home. I don't see the Texans doing much this time. You know, defensively, Texans are still great, but offensively, I don't think they're going to be able to do enough. Patriots win. All right, another game you could say is lock of the week. Miami Dolphins going to the Jets. I'm taking the Dolphins. Jets are the worst team in the NFL right now, maybe. At least one of the top 2 worst teams. There's another one that plays a 425. Dolphins, you know, everyone made fun of Jay Cutler and everything they did this past week. I think they're getting it right, you know. Jets are just... I can't say anything positive about the Jets at all. I can't. They're just terrible. That's all you can say. I think if I'm a Jets fan at this point, I think most Jets fans have already come to the conclusion after what they did in the offseason and what they're doing now. I think a lot of their fans have just already decided we're not going to do well this year. They're tanking or whatever. And that's what it feels like. And when I've talked to other Jets fans, that's what they say. They say they're tanking. That's what they're feeling, okay? To me, that's what they're doing. I think it's wrong. If the Jets do get a win, I'll be shocked. And they might only get a win just in case some of these other teams who are 0-2 get a win. Just to, I don't know. No, they would actually keep losing, actually, I should say. But Dolphins should win. Next, the Giants, who need a win badly and need to get their shit together, travel to Philadelphia, who's coming off a loss to Kansas City. I'm taking the Eagles here, guys. Here's my thing. The Giants have no rhythm. The offense, like I said earlier, is terrible. So bad, in fact, I think you could probably take everyone in the NFL YouTube prognosticators, and you could beat the New York Giants. That's how bad the Giants are. So I'm taking the Eagles here. Next, and this is my upset of the week. You know, many people may not think it's an upset. I'm taking the Titans over the Seahawks here. It is in Tennessee, but Seahawks are probably going to be the favorite and most likely picked by a lot of people because of their defense and their offense, even though their offense hasn't been clicking. I think this is a big game for the Titans. They need to show that they are a playoff team. A lot of people have them in there. I kind of don't. I mean, I could see them making it, but I think it's got to be a divisional win the division title in the particular division. They need this. They need to show everyone that they are for real. This is the game that you can do it. If you beat the Seahawks at home in Tennessee, you are sure that you are for real. And they need this win. So Tennessee, don't disappoint me. Alright, next one. Take Green Bay, folks. Okay, I'm sorry. The Packers are winning this one. Bengals have not got a touchdown. Okay, let me repeat myself. Have not got a touchdown. I've seen the end zone on females more than they have seen the end zone on the field this year, okay? That's pretty freaking sad and hilarious, okay? Heck, I'm sure... Okay, let me think of something. I'm sure a big fat ass who weighs 500 pounds has probably had more end zone celebrations with women than the Bengals have in the NFL. They are statistically, I think, the worst team. I would not be shocked if they get blown out here because they have not... And that's the thing. They have not got a touchdown. The question should be, can Cincinnati actually get a touchdown? Or actually get over 10 points? Because in week 1 they got nothing, and in week 2 they got 9. Let's see if they can actually get over 10 points. Green Bay, this is probably the easiest game you have early on this season. You should win this one. If you lose to Cincinnati and Green Bay, you failed this city, and we need to call Green Arrow to fix the problem. Moving on to Los Angeles, it's the Chiefs taking on the Chargers. I'm taking the Chiefs here. Chargers, I just feel like you're going to blow it again. Every time you come close, you've blown it the last 2 games. I can't pick you. Chiefs are just a way better team. This should be another easy game for you guys. Take the Chiefs. Our Sunday night game this week is an interesting one. Raiders at Redskins. Redskins are 1-1. Raiders are 2-0. Redskins, I think, can have an opportunity to beat the Raiders, and I think if the Redskins do, this could be that momentum swing that actually gets the confidence up. Because yeah, you beat the Rams, but the Rams are not I don't think anyone considers the Rams a playoff team. No one considers them a threat. So, I'm taking the Raiders here. This is a game for the Redskins to prove everyone wrong, that they are a playoff contender, that they can be. Beating the Raiders, who I think a lot of people have as a Super Bowl contender. I actually had them winning the Super Bowl this year, as they were my official pick in the preseason. The Raiders should win this one. I like their defense and offense, Redskins. I think your defense will have to step up big. This is your chance for the defense to step up. The offense will have to step up a bit as well, but I think it's that defense for us that's really going to have to prove it. And of course, the Monday night game is my Cowboys in Arizona. I'm taking the Cowboys. Yes, we did get destroyed against the Broncos. I'm not going to lie on that. We played terrible. We couldn't get the running game going, which that pretty much left the game in Dak's hands, and I think he threw like plus 50 passes or something. I don't care who's your quarterback. If you've thrown 50 plus passes, you ain't winning. Cardinals, they barely got past the Colts, So Cowboys, this is your chance, Cowboys, to refocus and get your mind together and get a win. You had a bad game. It happens. But you do not want to lose to the Cardinals, because then you're 1-2. There's a chance that the Eagles if the Eagles win, they will be ahead of you at 2-1. And then, there's a chance the Redskins win. They'd be ahead of you. You could be in third. Or worst case, it's a 4-way tie. I don't think anybody wants that in that division. So, I'm taking the Cowboys. But that's my team. We know this. So just as a recap, I have the Rams, Ravens, Broncos, Panthers, the Steelers, Falcons, the Browns, which I don't think I'm ever going to get used to saying that, the Buccaneers, Patriots, the Dolphins, the Eagles fly, the Tennessee Titans, the Packers of Wisconsin, the Chiefs, those Oakland Raiders, and of course the Dallas Cowboys. Let me know what you think of my picks. Do you agree or disagree? Please put in the comment section below. And until next time, enjoy your week 3, guys, and I'll see you real soon. Goodbye, everybody.